time with Diane Kokoska a couple weeks ago, right? And she gave me a compliment that I didn't even realize that it was happening. She looked at me in front of the whole class and she said, "You are the most growth-minded person that I have been around a long time. You are sitting at the edge of your seat. You are sitting at the edge of your seat, taking every single note, and I can see the hunger. I can see the hunger, right? And I love to learn. I've had so many people in my past speak, things over me that weren't in alignment with my identity. So I've kind of had to fix it myself, right? So I'm just in this idea that like, man, there's something I have to learn today. And if I don't learn it today, then I'm not going to be able to push the needle. And that's the mindset that you have to have. Welcome, John. Great to see you, buddy. That's the mindset you have to have.
Right.
So I want to do some conversion role plays at open houses. I want to do some conversion role plays with you guys. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. I was telling Mark a minute ago, whether I'm at an open house or whether I'm talking to a seller, I know what my natural deal making voice is right now. I know my voice. What is a deal making voice? A deal making voice is the things that you say all the time. It doesn't matter if you're at a party and somebody asks you about the market, you're at an open house, or you're doing an expired call, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's my genuine deal making voice. And I say the same thing over and over again. And I take like little tidbits, like one of the things Diane taught us, which I thought was so exciting, is when somebody gives you a hang up of where they're at, right? You ask them, well, what do you want instead? Not why. What do you want instead? I'm tired of my house not selling. I can appreciate that. What do you want instead?
Yeah.
Right? And she's saying that now hear me right now. It's very important. She's saying that because she's trying to get you out of the effect role mindset. The effect mindset is the victim mindset. And she's trying to move you over to the cause area. The cause area is where we're going to find a solution. The cause area is where you're going to start helping them find a solution. Okay? I believe the reason why I've been so effective in selling is because I've been using this cause and effect thing everywhere. When I'm coaching clients, when I'm coaching agents, or I'm working with buyers and sellers, I treat it the same way. Tell me more about that. Mark, I just did it with you like 3 times. Tell me more about that. How long you been looking for a home? 6 months. Wow. How many homes have you bought? They start laughing, and I start laughing. But I actually really mean it. You've been looking for 8 months? Tell me more about that. Why? Because I want them to start hearing the stuff come out of their same mouth. I want them to start hearing it. Because when you can get a buyer and seller to start having the stuff come out of their mouth, and you can effectively get them to ride down the road of self-discovery, the buy-in is there. You don't need to sell them on the idea, Kim. You know why you don't have to sell them on the idea? Because it's coming out of their mouth. You're selling them on their own idea, and you're the closest person to them. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So it's like it's mastering that whole part of it is how do I get them to say the things that I want them to say? How do I get them to tell me? You said it a few minutes ago, Mark. How do I get building rapport? So tell me, why hasn't your house sold? Well, I've been on the market for, I don't know why it is sold. It's the market. Okay, great. I can appreciate that. What else? Well, I mean, my house is nicer and it's just nicer and people can't afford it. Okay, tell me more. You can't afford it's nicer. It's you don't want to lower the price, so you're having them get it out of their mouth. Great.
Right.
So I'm just curious, would you be surprised to know that there were 63 homes that sold in your zip code? What? Pattern interruption, 63, yeah. Would you be curious to know why you're not one of the 63? Is that a logical question? Who could say no to that? Who could say no to that? No, I don't want to know with the 63 why they sold. I don't want to know. And that's the same mindset that when you're doing open houses and you're out there, because guys, I'm the biggest advocate for open houses. I think it's the best lead on the freaking planet. They're walking in to talk to you, and you're not chasing after them. You're the ice cream man. They're chasing after you, right? Other than that, you're chasing after them. They want something from you, John. They're walking in the open house because they want something from you.
Mhm.
It's a different conversation. It's completely different. And I love it. back when the market, back in 08, 9, 10, 11, 12, Kim will tell you, we used to set up our open houses like offices. We had folding tables, tablecloths, we had scanners, printers, we had signs of like featured properties. We had all over the place. We did vacant homes, overpriced vacant homes on busy streets that were on the market. There's a house on Darley Way, 95757. To this day, I'm still working with like 5 people that I met from that open house. And that open house was trying to sell for like 3 months. I'm like, please, Jim Nats, don't sell that listing. Where am I going to do my open houses? When I couldn't find one, I would do the same one, right? So I'm telling you that is because that's the fastest way for you guys to win and win consecutively. That's the fastest way for you to win and win consecutively. That gets your emotion going. So if you want to do cold calling, you want to call expired, you want to do other things, great. Find something that you know that's going to get you the reps and get you the deals in consistently, and you can sharpen your axe and constantly be refining your skills. Make sense? Yeah. Guys, I have role play partners. What I learned in Diane Kokoska out in Texas, I have role play partners learning how to coach, learning how to ask questions, learning how to unlock things, which is kind of cool because we're doing it with each other. Does that make sense? And it's all about self-discovery. Okay, so let's do, I want to do a role play. I want to do a quick role play, open house role play. So who wants to be the buyer? You want to be the buyer?
Well, I want to ask you a question before.
Sure, please.
So I go to the Breakfast Club maybe twice a week, and they were talking about a pattern to identify what's the problem and if you can show them how you can help them. Is there something written with that procedure that I can actually read about that you have or something?
Not in their methodologies, John. I don't have it in their methodologies, but I teach this all on my RETN platform. Everything I'm teaching, I have hours and hours of training on RETN that shows all of this, that I literally go through it. I go through the methodologies of that. Because the thing is, John, is you don't want to be too rigid in any of your situations. The more rigid you are, you can't travel. You can't like move and adjust, right? You don't want to be rigid.
What they did was they switched it up from houses to selling a Lamborghini. And it blew my mind because it was the same stuff, but they're just selling a car. And I thought, wow, I'm missing something here. There's a disconnect somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I love it. I'd like to learn more about that.
Yeah, it was
learn more about that. Yeah. Michelle Wilson, she's a great lady. Sophia's done a lot of onboarding for her. So okay. Yeah. No, I would figure out what you can do to learn more about that process. Absolutely. Okay, so who wants to do a role play with me for open house role play?
Are we closing? Are we closing for the appointment?
I'm just asking for an appointment, but I'm going to be the agent this time. I'm going to be the agent. Okay?
Okay, perfect.
All
right, I'll go.
Okay, I want to be the agent. It's been a long time, but I can still do it. I've only done it a few thousand times. Go. So who wants to be the well, Kim, you already know what you're doing. You want to be the buyer. Okay. Fine, no worries. Yeah, okay.
I need to step up my game. I'm not closing my appointments. Yep, I'm walking in.
Okay. So you're the buyer, you're walking in. Hello.
Hi.
So this is a really hard script. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hey, take a look around. Take a look around. Come check out the open house. Don't forget to come see me for your free list of homes.
Oh, you have a free list of homes?
Yeah. After you walk around, come out and see me, and then I'll get you your free list. Perfect. So now she's walking. She's walking back in the kitchen or back in the living room towards the back of the house because I'm not all over her. I'm gonna let her walk in. I'm not all over her. Not like everybody else. Hi, how are you? How can I help you? I'm Joey. No, I'm all the way in the back, right? She might even have to call my name. Hello, anybody here? Because I'm in the back, right? I want to let her roam around. So you looked at the house. So tell me, how do you feel about the home?
I feel like the backyard's a little bit small. The bedrooms are a decent size, though.
Okay, great. So so you must be here for your free list of homes.
No, I actually saw this home online.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Well, great. Would you like a free list of homes?
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm one of the only brokerages in the area that publishes vacant homes. Can I tell you why that's important?
Yeah.
Yeah, vacant homes are motivated sellers. There are people oftentimes that are selling they have more than one mortgage they're paying. So can we spell motivated with the capital M? Yeah. So I have 4 lists here, Kim. I'm sorry, what's your name?
My name is Kim.
Kim. Yeah, I have 4 lists here, Kim. I have 500,000 and below, 5 to 600,000, 6 to 700,000, and 700,000 and up. Which one would you like?
100 price point.
What's that?
We're in the 600 range price
Oh, the
point.
600. Okay, great, great. Well, here's the list of homes I have here. Now, just keep in mind, Kim, that this list right here is just separated by price. So it's not like bedrooms or baths or anything like that. It's just a general list. Okay. So I'm just curious, what are you looking for in a home right now?
I'm looking for a 3 to 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath. I would prefer a 1-story with a pool.
Yeah. So guys, let me just stop here real quick. She's asking me these questions. I still have the list in my hand. I'm actually turning the list over and I'm going to start writing. 4-bedroom. And here's why I'm asking you this, Kim, is I'll give you this general list, but what I like to do is I like to give you a custom list of vacant homes. Not only that, Kim, is I also have access to off-market listings because we're one of the most progressive real estate groups in the area. So we have a lot of homes that come up. So you're looking for a 4-bedroom, you said 2 bath.
Yes.
Now, are you looking for in this area?
We would like to stay in Elk Grove if possible.
Okay, so I'm just curious, which home in the area do you own?
Currently, we're renting.
Oh, you're renting. Okay, good stuff. So you trying to figure out how you can pay your mortgage and stop paying somebody else's. Great.
Exactly.
So how long did you say you were looking for?
We've been looking in and out of open houses for probably about 3 months now, but we're not committed to an agent. We're not ready to commit yet. We're just checking
Sure.
out open houses.
Sure, sure. So you've been looking for 3 months. How many homes have you bought?
0.
0. Wow. What do you think might be stopping you right now from not finding the right home?
We really just want to take our time, get our feet wet, just make sure we're making the right decision.
Good for you. Good for you. And you know what, Kim? Honestly, I got to tell you, that's the best way to go about it. Is you don't want to rush into it, especially when you're trying to get your feet wet. So you said you were looking for a 4-bedroom, 2 bath, 1-story, 2-story?
We would prefer a 1-story.
Okay. What's more important, larger lot or bigger home?
Larger lot. We want a pool.
Okay, great, great. Now, how many of you are you married?
No, not yet.
Okay, so is it just you and your significant other, or you have children?
And I have one older child.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So you and one older child and a significant other.
Correct.
Okay, great, great. So love it. So Kim, buying a home can kind of somehow feel overwhelming if you don't have the direction, right? And what clients like you have found useful in the past, Kim, is we get together for about 30 minutes over Zoom or in person, whatever you prefer, and I give you a clear idea, Kim, as to what kind of home you can expect to get in the area that you're interested in buying. Let me give you an example, Kim. We're in Elk Grove right now. Are you aware that there's 3 zip codes in Elk Grove?
Yes.
95624, 95758, 95757. Which zip code are you primarily interested in?
Primarily 95757.
Perfect. So what we would do, Kim, is I would take you in 95757 and I would give you a clear idea what kind of home you'd expect to get in that $600,000 range, down to the amount of square footage, the condition of the home. Because really, Kim, the most important thing in with someone like you is for you to get a clear idea and have consumer confidence, knowing that you're making a good decision. Oftentimes, the biggest thing that buyers are afraid of, Kim, is number one, they're afraid that they're not You know, they haven't looked at enough homes. They're afraid that they're paying too much for the home. They're not sure if they can get it done, and they're not sure if they're getting a good deal. What would be a good time, Kim, for us to sit down for about 30 minutes and I can go over the market with you?
Let me talk to my significant other and I'll get back to you. I'm not sure
Sure.
what day works well yet.
Sure, sure, absolutely. You know, having your significant other there is really, really important. So let's do this, Kim. Let's set a tentative appointment. What's better for you, like mornings or evenings?
Usually evenings.
Yeah, let's set a tentative appointment maybe for tomorrow evening, and then you can call me and let me know whether or not that works. Here's what it is, Kim. There's no obligation. I'm going to share with you exactly what kind of home you can expect to get in 95757. And you know what's also going to happen, Kim, is you're going to have an idea of whether or not you even feel like I'm the right person to work with, because I might not be. And then also, Kim, I'm gonna be able to decide whether or not I feel like I can help you, because I would rather turn you down than let you down. So does tomorrow
Oh.
6 o'clock work for you, Kim?
Yes, that'll work.
Okay. And Kim, honestly, no pressure. If for some reason you need to reschedule that, no problem. But Kim, I promise you, when you leave tomorrow at 6, you're going to be confident in the decisions you're making in the market. And you're going to move from getting your toes wet to actually being educated, so you'll feel confident you can make good decisions. And that's what you want, right, Kim?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, guys, that role play is exactly the same. Kim will tell you that role play is exactly the same. It's exactly the same. I'm isolating what it is. It's exactly the same. I got to get to the appointment. Did we ever finish what kind of square footage did we want? Did we ever finish this? This is just a prop. This list of homes is just a prop. That's all it is. And then when they're done, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I wrote on the list. Let me get you another one of those. And I'll get it. And then when I hand them the list of homes, this is the Jedi move. You guys, this one's free. I'm going to give you this extra bonus. It's free. When you hand them the list of vacant homes, hey, when you drive by these homes, John, when you drive by these homes, let me know if you want me to open any of them, because I have me and Jack here at the open house, and I'll go out and open it for you right now because they're vacant. And I tell them that. So when you're driving, I didn't ask them if you're driving. When you're driving by these homes, if you want to look at any of these, just call me and I'll meet you there. You would do that? How many agents offer to do that? How many agents offer to do that? Repeat after me. None. They don't. And when they call, they're yours. To this day, Kim is still working with a buyer and a seller that we met 15 years ago from that line.
Wow.
And we wrote an offer for them in 958.
Driving to the Bay Area right now to meet with her, and we helped her 15 years ago. I'm helping
What
her
are
buy
you no, okay,
San Jose right now.
you know what, Kim? You're making everybody in this call think that I'm making this up, because I feel like I might be dreaming. Are you serious?
I swear to God, we got into contract in San Jose. I'm on my way down for final inspections.
So you're for Desiree or for Jim?
No, not Desiree and Jim. Amber, Little Rapids. That's
okay. Well,
15 years ago.
I was thinking of a different person. I was thinking about Amber. I was thinking about Jim and Desiree, because when I met Jim, Jim said he was married. He had a girlfriend, and then he said that his wife had a boyfriend. So it was the most strangest thing. Remember that, Kim? It was crazy. And we ended up selling homes for the both of them. It was actually pretty funny. But that's the script. That's how it works. It's very simple and it's very fluid. Did you notice?
Now, Joey, I'm going to ask you a question. Now, right now, I mean, I know, I kind of know the answer you're going to tell me, but right now, I'm not offering so much to go take them out, because, I mean, we have to make sure they don't have an agent first, right?
Okay, so Kim, you can ask that question. I'm going to have my dialogue first.
Okay.
I'm going to set the appointment first. I'm going to build so much freaking value. Here's the thing, Kim. Remember this. And this is for every one of you to know. You have to be responsible and proactive to cause unspoken conversations in the minds of everybody you're dealing with. You have to cause Please write that down. You have to cause unspoken conversation in the minds of the people you're working with. What the heck does that mean? When she's walking back to the car and she's reaching into her key to get her keys, I want in her head to say, I have the wrong agent. I am working with the wrong agent. You want that to happen. You want her to be burdened in her mind that she has the wrong agent. That's what you want to happen. So after I set the appointment, I was like, you know what? I forgot to ask. You actually told me you didn't have an agree. You actually told me you didn't sign anything, which a buyer is usually not going to say that. You're saying that because you're wearing the real estate hat, right? But at the end of that, I'm saying, oh my gosh, I forgot to ask. Are you currently working with somebody right now? Do you have any, or I would probably say, do you have any agreements signed with anybody right now? Oh, I do. Ouch. Well, then I really can't help you. Well, what do you mean you can't help me? Well, I mean, if you're in agreement with somebody, I can't help you. Do you know when your agreement expires? What do you mean? Does it expire? Well, do you have a signed copy of it? Well, yeah. Just send it over to me and I'll look at it for you.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
You are here because you've been looking for 3 months. Yes.
Yep.
You are not getting a result. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And I promise you, Kim, if you work with me, and I tell people this, you will find a home within the next 7 to 10 days. I promise you. Matter of fact, don't be surprised if we find the right home the first time we go out. Don't be surprised. And that's a true statement. Because when I take him through my buyer's consultation and I take him through all that, here's what I'm doing. I am assassinating all negative mindset in that about buying a home, all of that stuff. What did you guys learn from that role play?
The confidence and making the consumer, you said something that really stood out that I haven't heard before. Consumer, I want to make
Consumer
sure.
confidence, so that they have
Yes,
the consumer confidence.
yes, I loved that.
Let's get.
Tim, you've heard it before because you've been in my class.
Oh, sorry.
No, you have, because here's the thing. Remember, 10% of what you learn is what you're going to take with you. But I talk about that in my buyer mastery course, my seller mastery course. I talk about all that consumer confidence, right?
Yeah,
And
that was
even here's the thing, guys. Here's what I need you to understand, and then I'm going to open up for some role plays with you guys. This is really important. This is going to change your mindset. Things are bought and not sold anymore. Things are bought and not sold anymore. You're not selling the home. You're selling them on themselves. You're selling them on the idea of buying a home. You're selling them on an idea, Paul, that the price is too high. You're selling them on themselves. You're selling them on the ability to make good decisions. That's what you're doing. They don't need you to sell them a home. They can go on Zillow and look at homes all they want. Yes or no?
Yes.
They don't need you for that. So stop telling them I'm going to send you home. That's why I talk about vacant homes. Because vacant homes is really great. And I share with them. And that's why I talk about when you work with me, you have access to off-market listings. You guys, with EXP, you guys know we have Zenlist, yes? Raise your hand if you know what Zenlist is.
We have what?
Zenlist is like private inventory through EXP.
I didn't know that.
All private inventory. It's called Zenlist. So when you say that, or if you go to our team meetings, you stay connected. Do you know somebody that has an upcoming listing? Say yes.
Yes.
So you can tell them by working with me, you get access to off-market listings. That's your key. Vacant homes, off-market listings. Those are the two things that you need to use in every one of your dialogues when you're working with buyers. Two things. Vacant homes, off-market listings.
Yeah, I liked the line where you said, "How many homes have you bought?" Yeah, well, we've been looking for 3 to 6 months. We already have an agent, and then you say, "How many homes have you bought?" I thought that was a great interrupt that is going to make them essentially question, what's happening, and then again, that leads you right into you're able to display the extra value you have with the vacant properties or the unlisted properties.
Guys, thank you so much, Paul. We used to do an exercise. We put everybody in one side of the room, and we would tell them they need to go from this side to that side of the room. And we go one by one. And one person would walk forward. And we told them, you can't repeat it. You got to go a different way. So when you're the guy in the back of the line, you're like laying down on the floor, rolling like a log, going from one side of the room to the other side of the room because you can't repeat. But the idea of that exercise is there's many different ways to get there. There's many different ways to get there. And you just have to decide the way that works best for you. But it's finding these little things that separate you from everyone else. I'm truly dedicated to help people, help protect them from themselves. Because just because she says she's been looking for a home for 3 months, Paul, does not mean that her agent's the problem.
Right.
It doesn't mean that. If you're writing offers for buyers and you can't get them accepted, that's probably your fault. Well, what do you mean? Do they know do they have consumer confidence, John? Do they know specifically how much home they can get? No. Well, then when you find the right house, they're going to try to lowball the offer. Are you waiting until you're at the table, Paul, to say, this is a really great house and you might have to offer 20,000 over asking? What? Who the hell are you to tell me that? Now, here's what it sounds like for me. Hey, Paul, you really like this house? On a scale between 1 to 10, how much do you like it? It's an 11. Perfect. Well, Paul, you remember when we did the buyer's consultation last week, that depending on how aggressive they are, you might have to offer over asking, like what we talked about last week. Remember, Mark? Remember, Paul?
I do.
So we already talked about this. Does that make sense? We talked about this. I told you it was going to happen. I told you that was going to happen. Does that make sense? I don't wait till the table after we have the offer, and now I'm going to tell you got to offer 20,000 over. Dude, I'm getting anxiety in my belly right this moment thinking about the fact that I have to offer 20,000 more. Right? I'm looking for a home right now. And I was telling my wife, I said, honey, we need to buy a home every couple of years. She goes, why? I said, because I don't like the way this feels in my gut. I wish somebody would take me and do a buyer's consultation with me and show me where it is, right? Because I know what I know, but like my thing is like, I'm supposed to make better decisions than buyers and sellers because I'm a person that guides people to make better decisions. And that's your job. You're a guide. You're not a travel agent. Can I tell you the difference?
Okay.
Can I tell you the difference between a travel agent and a guide? A travel agent tells you where to go. A guide goes there with you. Travel agent writes the plans, but they don't go with you. When I sit down with people, John, it is so important that I teach them how to think, John. I teach them how to think. You want to spend up to 650,000. So John, we're going to get in there and we're going to look at every home that's sold between 600 and 650. And we're going to look at all the square footages, John. We're going to look at the dollar per square foot. We're going to go through the home. We're going to see, is it updated or is it original? We're going to see the conditions of it. John, we're going to go down on the bottom of it, and I'm going to show you, was it a cash? Was it FHA? Or was it conventional? John, I'm going to teach you things that most agents don't even want you to know. Man, when they leave, they're like blown away. I've had people tell me, oh my gosh, I was so nervous when I got here. I was scared to buy a home, and now I'm comfortable. Why? Because that's what I want to happen in their mind. But the question is, do you care enough about your buyer and seller that you want to do the same thing for them? Do you care enough about them? You guys have heard me say love is the #1 business strategy. I care so much about my buyers and sellers that I want them to have confidence. I don't want them to have any remorse working with me. Okay? Okay, we got 25 minutes left. Okay, who wants to go? Who wants to jump in and do a role play?
I'll give it a go.
Perfect, great. Love it. So you can do the list. You can do the role play however you want for open houses. I gave you mine.
Okay. You're the buyer. I'm the agent. Check out my open house.
Perfect. Great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm walking out.
Hey, Joey, thank you for swinging back by. I appreciate it. So I've got this list of the free open house. Thanks for stopping back by the kitchen. Appreciate that, Joey. So I've got this list. I want to send it off to you. This is going to be that very motivated sellers list that I talked about. Did you understand why they were motivated sellers?
No, I did not.
They're vacant properties. Right now, that means these people are holding on to the holding costs and the operating costs of the property. They're desperate to sell. They're waiting for you. Take this list, go check them out today. When you see one that you want to have opened, just give me a text back. I'm going to send over Jack. He'll open the property for you. We'll get you right in today. I just lost myself right there. um, Here's my business card. Take that. You can go ahead with any of these properties, take a look through them, and then go through the backyard, look through the windows. And what I want to do right now, I know you said your wife wasn't here with you. Let's go ahead and just set a tentative appointment for tomorrow. And you can give me a call tomorrow morning. Yeah, let me know if it works or not. No obligation. That way I'll meet with both of you, get you guys that information so that you feel confident when you're going to make a purchase. And say, I don't know. I lost myself. I gotta start over. I don't know.
First of all, I'm proud of you for doing it. Second of all, I'm going to write this script out for you. I'm going to write this script out for you. I'll write it out for you.
You know,
Okay. I'll write it
there
out.
you go. I mean, I do better when I've had a few. So,
Okay. I'll write it out for you. It's hey, the whole part of the list is just to get something to talk about. The whole part of the list is to give them something first. It activates the law of reciprocity. When you give something, give somebody something. Here's a free list of homes, right? I have 4 different lists. Which one would you like? You know why I asked that question? Because I don't want to ask him. Everybody else is asking him. How much are you qualified for? Did you ever hear me ask that? I'm not asking that. Did you hear me ask you if you've been pre-approved?
No.
Because everybody else is saying
that always throws people. They give you
I never do that.
give you the Heisman right off the bat.
You asking me pre-approved is like asking me what my waist size is. It's none of your business, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to try again?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I want to try then. I want to try being the agent because I haven't done this one in a while.
Okay. When you're doing that, I'm going to plug in my laptop. So you go ahead and go. You go ahead and go, Paul. You be the buyer.
All right.
Okay, ready, Paul?
You got it. All right, Kim.
All right.
Here I am back at the kitchen. Hey, Kim.
Hey, Paul, what'd you think about the house?
It was really great. I was just kind of hoping for something that didn't have so much carpet.
Oh yeah, no, I know everybody loves laminate, hardwood, and vinyl now. Well, let me give you a list, the list that we talked about of vacant properties in the area. We do have 4 different lists here. We have they're on price points. We have 500,000, 600,000, or 700. What list would be most appropriate for you?
We're looking in the 600 range.
Okay, awesome. And Paul, all these homes on this list are actually vacant. And what that means for buyers, people are super motivated, already moved out, they need to get the home sold. So when you drive by these properties today, if one of them pops out to you, here's my phone number. Go ahead and give us a text. Me and Jack are here today, and we can come by and open it up for you. And then let me ask you, Paul, in terms of the price point you're looking for, how many bedrooms do you expect to have in that price point?
We needed 4.
You need 4 bedrooms. Okay, awesome. Let me give you the list, and then Paul, let me give you the list, Paul. When you drive by today, definitely give us a text. And then I would also love to sit down with you and your wife for about 15, 20 minutes and build a custom list for you. We specialize in the Elk Grove area and with vacant homes and off-market homes. Would you be available Monday at 5, or does Tuesday at 10 work better for you?
Monday at 5 is fine.
All right, Paul. Well, I look forward to meeting you and your wife at 5. And please do drive by these homes today. If anything pops out, we will meet you over there and open it up for you.
That sounds great. Look forward to meeting you.
What'd you think?
I don't feel like I don't think I gave you enough information and value to make that appointment. I feel like I was too scripted.
I think, yeah, so myself on the receiving end, if I was just kind of being a difficult open house person, or not difficult, but normal, I guess I would have said, you know,
Typical.
it would have been that going for that specific buyer's appointment. I'm already so used to the agents trying to grab me as I'm going through the open houses. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to feel like how would I respond?
Well, no, Kim was right. She didn't. She was right. She asked for the appointment because remember, guys, it's and I use the dating scene all the time. Right? I mean, when you meet somebody for the first time, you don't go in for a kiss, right? You get a telephone number for the first time. Boy, yeah. Well, you might have your beer goggles on, Paul. You
It's
don't do
happening.
that.
I'm
Your
glad I'm
idea is to get a phone number. Yes.
Yeah.
You don't start asking them like what kind of man they're looking for. What is your dream man? It's a little freaky, right? It's about getting their phone number, right? But you're also like trying to, help them understand that you're a good guy or a good gal, right? You're trying to build value in that, right? There's some value. Give them some reason. Give her reason to give you a phone number. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Joey. Can I have your phone number? It doesn't work that way, right? So, yeah, building value, Kim. So, how do you think you could have built more value in that situation?
Could have given more information about the list. I could have talked a little bit more about the consumer confidence. I feel like I should have said more before I tried to book the appointment. Maybe how we specialize in this area, specialize with vacant homes and off the market homes, and then identify a little bit more for what they were looking for, what's important, and then book the appointment.
Okay. So I go ahead, Paul. Go ahead.
Okay, so just recently, I just did open house a couple days back, and the one I got twice during the open house was no, we already get the email notifications from Zillow and Redfin. So, yes, helping to.
I have a good one on that. I
Okay,
said
go ahead.
Zillow and Redfin, everything is fed off of MLS. MLS is the most legit website that us realtors have to put everything into for Zillow and Redfin and all of those companies to pull off of it. But MLS is more accurate than them. You're going to get them faster. And there's also, we're going to know about off-market properties that I'll be able to let you know via email before they even come on.
Right, I like that.
I go back into MLS is the most legit website out there. Us realtors pay for the MLS website, and that's what Zillow, Redfin, all of those thousands of companies pull from is what we put in it. So we actually have the most accurate information prior to Zillow or anything else.
There you go. Yeah, first-hand direct information. Okay, I like that. Okay.
Okay, so I want to make a feedback. Kim, what you're saying works, and it used to be a lot more effective before, Kim. What you're saying, that's what we did when you and I did the open houses, right? But the vacant homes is the way to go. Vacant and off-market listings, that's the way to go. Hands down. You cannot find the off-market listings without me. Say yes.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's part of it in the vacant homes. That's the key. If somebody says that you have, I can get off Redfin. Hey, you know what? Absolutely. But you know what? You're kind of dealing with leftovers, Paul. Can I tell you what I mean?
Yeah. How do you mean?
Those are the properties that are left over. So let's do this, Paul. Let's do this. Let me create let's do, you watch me. I just wrote it down. Let's do this. I'm not going to say, Can I? May I? No. It happens too fast. Let's do this. Let me create a custom list of vacant homes for you, and I will also notify. I will also let you know of some off-market listings that are available. Do you think that you would find that useful? No, I don't. I don't want to know about off. I want leftovers. I want leftovers. Right? They're not going to say that.
Right.
So you
I
don't
like,
you don't like lists or like open house
Sign-in sheets?
finance sheets. They basically
No, I've never used them, John. I've never used them. If you want to use them, you can, but you should be the one filling it out.
okay.
Yeah, you should be the one filling them out. But again, how do you feel, John? How do you feel when somebody pulls out a list and starts doing it? How do you feel?
As the agent, I felt pretty good because they were giving me all the information. So that was kind of nice that they filled out the sheet, where they wanted, how much, were they pre-approved, everything is there.
Yeah. And you know what, John? I told you guys earlier, there's many different ways to get on this side of the room. I've never used that. So I can't speak authority from that, John. I can't speak with authority from that. I've never used that. I've never used it.
So I kind of stole that from Brent because Brent was would write everything down. So I just put it on a list.
Well, what Brent did is Brent was getting people pre-approved for loans.
True.
Brent would say, and this is another one, and we can talk a little bit more about this next week if you want, is hey, there are 100% programs available. And by working with me, we have programs that we exclusively offer for 100% financing. So if you fill out this little half sheet here, we approve everybody. You might not be approved today, you might be approved in 11 months, but we approve everybody. Is that a true statement? Is a lender going to approve everybody? It might take 5 months down the road, might take 6 months down the road, but that's what Brent was talking about.
Okay.
Who's Brent?
Brent is he's basically one of the ones that's leading our organization, our EXP organization.
Oh, Gove?
Yeah, Brent Gove. Do you know Brent?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. You never told me that. I've been coaching you now. I've been coaching you for a while, and I never knew you even knew Brent.
Got to meet him in Cabo.
Okay.
And part of his Feed the Hungry Children program also.
Okay, yeah, I'm part of that too. Yeah, we're so he was the founder of a lot of the open house system, and I kind of took a lot of this and I made it my own with my approaches with it. But he's the godfather of the signs and the free lists. Again, there's many different ways to get from one side to the other. But here's the thing, guys. Stop winging it. I'm gonna write down the list of these questions.
Cool.
I'm gonna write down a list of these questions. And you can tell them something
That would
like
be awesome.
you can tell them like this, John. You can say, I do have a list of questions here that I'm gonna ask you if that's okay. So you know what I mean? And you could do that.
Okay.
But it's about internalizing. You just, guys, it's finding out about them. And I'm gonna do exactly what you said, John. Find out what their problem is. Find out what their problem is. The problem with Kim is she's been looking for 3 months. That's the problem, right? She's in here. People are, and I've said this to you guys, people are not looking to buy homes. People are looking to solve their problems. They are. Because trust me, if they didn't have to buy a home to solve their problem, they wouldn't. They wouldn't have to pack up bags. They wouldn't have to do any of that. Everybody wants to move, but everybody wants to buy a home, but nobody wants to move. Right? It's true. So you find out the problem, and then after that, you basically you share with them the prescription to their problem. Prescription before diagnosis is malpractice. I would write that down. Prescription before diagnosis is malpractice. Right? So it's like, how long have you been looking for? We're looking for 3 months. So write an outline down. Find out who they are, find their problem, and then prescribe a prescription. Write it down. That could be as simple as that. The thing is, I don't like to teach. The reason why I don't give you guys scripts is because every role play is different for me. I ask the questions, but every single role play is different. And if you try to sound like me, John, you're always going to be second best.
Yeah.
There's only one Joey. right?
True.
So it's like you sounding like yourself. The free list is just a prop. Free list vacant homes. And I gave you those little tidbits of it. Vacant homes, off-market listings, consumer confidence. Those are three. I promise you, people are not talking about that in open house. They are not talking about that. Okay, who wants to do another role play? We got time for one more.
I'll be the buyer.
Let me. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Hi, Paul. This is a great open house you have.
Oh, you want me to do another one, or are you guys going to do another one?
I'll do it with Paul.
You'll do it with me. All right. All right.
I'm going to take some notes while you guys are talking.
Do I need to put booties on my shoes before I walk in?
No, we're fine. We're fine, John. Just go ahead and enjoy yourself. Look throughout the property. And when you're done checking it out, swing back by the kitchen here. I've got this free list of very motivated sellers for you. I want you to check it out.
Okay, sounds good. I like the house. It looks pretty nice, very spacious. But I was debating whether to get into a single story. This is nice, but it is two-story. I'm getting old.
Okay. Well, John, right here, I've got this special list right here of motivated sellers. And I have it set at a couple of different price points, 500, 600, 700,000. Round which area were you looking for?
Well, I want to go as low as possible. So let's start at 5.
Okay, so 5 bedroom. Now take this list. Go ahead and look.
500,000.
500,000. I know. Excuse me. Take this list. Go look around. When you look at these houses today, now I want you to just give me a call, text, and we'll let you inside later this afternoon. But also, this is just a generic list. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to meet with you and your wife, get together, set up a custom specific search, so that way we can get you. I don't know. I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry, John.
Paul, keep going.
Yeah,
Keep
you're doing good.
Keep going. Nobody knows you messed up except you.
Yeah,
Keep
exactly.
going.
All right, so John, I'd like to set up this just a real brief 10-15 minute appointment with you so that way we can narrow down the specifics. I heard you saying you'd been looking for a few months, and we want to get you the information so you can stop wasting your time.
It sounds good. I am pretty computer literate. Can we do this over Zoom?
We can do it over Zoom. And you know what? This is perfect then, John. That probably means that you're familiar with looking at Zillow and Redfin, all those normal things, but those are leftover properties, okay? What I can do for you here is we have a huge team that's got all these off-market properties available, brand new stuff coming on the market before anybody else has seen it. That's
Oh,
one
wow.
of the main reasons we want to get together.
That's magnificent. I'd love to.
All right. Well, then let's set a quick appointment maybe for Saturday morning or Monday evening, depending on what works best for your work schedule. And if you need to cancel, you can. No big deal, no obligation. But we're going to try to get you to get where you need to go and stop wasting your time.
Let's set it for sometime in the morning on Saturday because I'm going to go open house hunting on Saturday afternoon.
There you go. All right. All right. That was good. Man, I don't know. I'm getting the
That
flop.
was really good, Paul. That was really good.
All right.
Paul,
Oh, you were good, bro.
Paul, that was very good.
All right.
Lift up your head, man. That was really good. Seriously.
I'm looking at my notes. That's
Okay,
all.
good.
Well, I think it's good to practice here versus being at the open house doing this, because at the open house you only have one time.
Right.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
other thing that, I've been doing open houses for 17 years now, still at least 4 times a month. And one thing to we forget, Joey saying all of this today just reminds me of, man, I can't let them walk. He's right. I'm sounding like every other agent. So I really needed this refresher course today because my open house closing on appointments has been like one every few months, or few open houses. So this was really good today. I really needed this.
I agree. This is
Well,
huge.
I started out with this whole thing of You know, your biggest enemy is your past successes. I start out with this whole thing, and you have to understand that part of it, right? Winning is great, but sometimes winning prevents you from winning. And the reason why it does that is because you think you got it all figured out. Think you got it all figured out. And the reality of it is, you know everything you need to do, but you're just not doing it.
We're not wording it right.
That's why
We're not
coaching,
wording it right.
yeah, and that's why coaching is so important. Is that a coach reminds you of things. A coach can see your reflection. Les Brown used to say that you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. Can't see the picture when you're in the frame, right? So right now you see a role play. Guys, I haven't done open houses. I really haven't. But it's so
No, I know,
important.
Joey, when I get a good listing, can you do an open house with me?
You know what?
Just
Yeah,
for alternate's sake.
I would love to do it.
Okay, next really good listing I get in Elk Grove, Sacramento area, I want to do an open house. So
It doesn't have to be the next. It doesn't have to be the next great listing. As long as it's a good location and we're going to get lots of traffic, and as long as I can get some buyers from that too and refer them out, I would love that. Absolutely. Yeah, I would love to do it. I would love to do it. It's a lot of fun for me. It's a lot of fun for me. But I believe that the open house lead is the best lead that you guys will ever have. Whether you want to get listings. Guess what, guys? My dad used to tell me this all the time. He used to tell me, don't be acting a fool, Joey, because I know a lot of people. It's going to get back to me. So that turned into the concept of you're always on stage. That's where I got from that. You're always on stage. You don't know who you're talking to in open house. You don't know if they're a buyer. You don't know if they're a seller. You know how many listings we've gotten in open houses? We've gotten a lot of listings at open houses. That's why that magic question, which home in the area do you own? See, I just messed him up. He's thinking. He can't even sit still. He's so fired up.
You have your suit of armor on too? Tie, everything?
Yeah. Suit up. Yeah, because if you suit up, you feel the most confident. You should be dressing in a way that's going to make you feel the most confident.
Well, you know I'm always going to dress it up.
Yeah. I haven't done that in a while. I feel like I need to dust my suits back off. But guys, my hat is off to you. I was telling this to Mark earlier during our call. Was you guys are showing up. This goes out to hundreds of people, and you guys are here. You guys are here, and you guys are working on your craft, and you guys should give yourselves credit for showing up and making it work. And I encourage you guys, put your numbers in the chat and get some role plays with each other. Please don't just depend on, kind of like church. The pastors at church say, don't wait for Sunday to be fed. You need to feed yourself every day, because then you're feeding off of the fumes of the pastor, right? Yes? You need to be feeding yourself. Don't wait for don't wait for Wednesday to be your only role play. I had role play people 5 days a week. 5 days a week. And I would do open houses. And I always do open houses with more than one person. I don't like to do them by myself because I generate so much freaking traffic. I can't handle all of them. And I want to be able to leave at a drop of a hat. See, Mark's already got his number in the chat. He wants to role play because I've been talking to him about role play. Right? And the thing is, I always do it with someone else because I want to be able to leave to go open a vacant home. You understand that? I'm not just saying it because it sounds great. I had a guy, I'll tell you guys one quick story and then I got to go. I had a guy fire his agent at an open house on the way for me going showing. Amber Carswell was there. We were holding a house open and he liked it, but it needed too much work. He walked in the open house like Mr. Furley from Three's Company. He knew it all. He knew it all. I showed him a property on Heathfield down the way. It was the same house, but a perfect plan. I was in the back of his truck. He had like one of those extra cab trucks. He fired his agent on the phone on the way to the house. I was so uncomfortable. I was in the car with him. I'm like, is this man going to hurt me? It was him and his wife, right? Got to the house. He loved the house. It was exactly like the same floor plan. in that I was in, but it didn't need work. It was turnkey. I could not have done that if it was just me in the open house. Amber stayed there, but that was our rhythm. Kim will tell you that was our rhythm. That's how we did things. We'd have 3 or 4 people in open houses. If you guys would just do, I'm gonna give you one more piece. Here's the thing. You really want to get bold? Go buy 100 of these. Go buy 100 of these. Go buy 100. Because Kim and I had a guy on a skateboard that we would pay him. We would pay him. She's laughing. Look at her head. We would pay him to put the signs out. He would get his car, he'd park it at a parking lot, and he'd put out 100 signs. And we would have between 50 and 100 people in one day. I am not exaggerating. 50 to 100 people in one day. And we would pay him, what was it, 50 bucks a day? 25 to put him out and 25 to pick him up?
It was so low. That was way back in the day.
Yeah. And he knew that it wasn't cost effective if he drove around. So he would drive to a parking lot with his skateboard and he'd put the signs out. Dude, there are kids right now that would love to make money.
Especially during the summer.
You know? So 100 signs. Paul, what do you got?
So, okay. So with what you're just saying there, do you have any specific guidelines for a third party person to put out the signs?
No, I don't have a guideline. It doesn't matter to me. Just tell them,
get them out there. If someone complains, who gets
yeah, if you get hit by a car or whatever, that's on you. I'm giving you cash. I'm not taking no liability.
All right. I was always thinking, okay, so for one of our next role plays, I thought, well, what if I do a small video or a picture or two of an intersection around my open house, and then let me get your guys' opinions on, would you stick signs here, 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 and here?
Okay, I'm going to do it even better for you, Paul.
What's that?
When you guys are ready to do this, why don't we all get together and do one open house, and I will show you exactly how to put the signs out. We will shoot pictures, and this will become an asset.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Yeah.
I think that sounds great. I'll look for a good list. I'll look for a good location.
Yeah.
I mean,
The most important part of this process is being closest to a busy street.
And I
House does not need to be sexy. The house is a
Or
mouse.
or just really, if you're not close to a busy street, you just got to have enough signs. Like I have 12 of my really good A-frame signs, my plastic ones, and then I have yellow signs, I have pink signs. I look like a colorful sign person, but I have a lot of signs. So even if it's deep in, you just got to sign it super good.
In the worst possible market, our team was doing between 50 and 75 homes a year, all buyers.
Okay.
All buyers. All buyers. Because it was REOs.
Okay.
It was all buyers.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys,
All right, guys, I gotta jump off, but if Joey, if you could put my number in the chat for Mark, just in case. I don't I'm driving. I can't stop.
Okay. I'll put it in right now.
Perfect. And I just wanted to finish. I did have a success from closing a client from an open house just the other day. So, or we have an accepted contract right now. So,
Oh, buddy, I'm so proud of you, man.
God, that's so awesome, Paul. That's so awesome, because that's giving me hope right now. Because man, I'm out there doing them every weekend.
yeah, exactly. Well, this one it worked. Good rapport. Couple follow-ups for a few weeks, and now we just got in a contract last Thursday. So,
Love it. Congratulations.
yep. All right, guys. Really
Thank
appreciate
you, Joey.
your time.
You're
everybody.
welcome, guys. You guys have a great rest of your day, okay?
All
You
right.
too.
All right, let's
Okay.
go do it.
Take care. Bye now.
Be successful today.
Love it. Love it.
All right. Bye.